Yesterday, we brought to you the FIRs that gave chilling details of how a mob ran riot for several hours, targeting pilgrims, police, innocent civilians. Today, the proof is on camera. Two videos that have emerged from a place of worship in Nuh, where hundreds of pilgrims who were part of the Kalash Yatra took refuge soon after being attacked by hundreds of rioters. Eyewitness accounts detail how men with guns took position on a hill surrounding this place of worship and then opened fire. The cowering yatris were turned literally into sitting ducks. The shots are heard clearly. First, listen in to the first video from the 31st of July in Nuh, and then we'll talk further.
ये देखो भाई फायरिंग होते हुए, ये पहाड़ों पे बैठे भाई फायरिंग करे दबा अपने बालक दो देख रहे हैं ना, वो लेडीज ले जा रहे जाते देखो, ये देखो भाई फायर।
You see how people took refuge. Even the police outnumbered and outwitted. Let me say this again. There is no debate about the attitude and the behavior of the Haryana government and the police. They failed colossally in preempting and preventing this. But today, one must address the criminals in the video and the criminal intent. What is stunning in the pictures that have now emerged from the 31st of July is how people came not just with stones, but carried weapons, guns, took positions on hills, because they knew that the people then who were in the valley, those pilgrims, those yatris who had taken refuge inside a place of worship, would be ambushed. All that they were at fault for was carrying out a Kalash Yatra. Take a look now at video number 2, the same spot, but reportedly after the police got reinforcements. There are men now in plain clothes carrying rifles and firing back at the hills. But again, what is clear in the video is the ambush.
47 है भैया, 47 है। बहुत बुरा हाल है भाई, चारों तरफ से पहाड़ों से फायरिंग हो रही है, बहुत बुरा हाल है भाई, बुरे घेर रखे। ये अपनी टीम
Seven lives have been lost so far in this mindless violence. But the most tragic are the deaths of the two home guards who were only doing their job, on duty to rein in the rioters. We have with us an FIR now that describes how Neeraj and Gursevak were practically lynched by this manic mob. FIR number 257 says, and I quote, "We were deputed on law and order duty when a mob carrying lethal weapons intercepted us near the gate of the Anaj Mandi. They threw huge boulders on the road, because of which my car overturned. They then started pelting stones at the police vehicles, injuring many cops who were inside a jeep and a bus. The rest were beaten up with rods, sticks, sariyas, and firearms. Finally, we had to fire in the air to somehow escape and save our lives. Later, I got to know that both the home guards, Neeraj and Gursevak, died of their injuries in hospital." This again is just one of the many crimes that have been detailed in these pages. Today, as demands for the resignation of the Chief Minister of Haryana grew louder, again, there was a trading of charges. The BJP said that the violence started after the provocation of Congress MLA Mamman Khan and what he said inside the Haryana Assembly. Bhupinder Singh Hooda said, "What about you? What did you do to control the riots? Does the Home Minister and Chief Minister of Haryana have the right to continue in office?" Frankly, they have a lot of answering to do. This is their failure. The question, though, beyond that, irrespective of who is the instigator, the real question is, who is the planner and the mastermind of these cold-blooded murders in Nuh?
हरियाणा में उकसावे का बयान सदन के पटल पर विधायक दे रहा है। उनके जो वाक्य हैं उसे मैं यहां पर रिपीट नहीं करना चाहता, वो सीधे हिंसा को उकसाने वाले। उसके बाद उस विधायक का फेसबुक पोस्ट, वो फेसबुक पोस्ट सीधे सीधे हिंसा को उकसाने वाला। इसलिए यह बात और गहरी शंका उत्पन्न करती है कि यह हिंसा एक लार्जर कॉन्स्पिरेसी का हिस्सा थी जो जांच के बाद बाहर आएगी।
क्या डराना चाहता है ये मेवातियों को कि मैं इतना बड़ा आदमी हूं? अब के मंत्री याद रखना, ये मेवात गए, मेवात के हमसे कौन कहेगा? इसने बहुत आतंक उठा लिया मेवात में, 3 लड़कों की हमारी जान ले ली है इसने।
मामन खान की जो बात कह रहे हैं आप, वो हरियाणा असेंबली की बात है और वो कई महीने पुराने की बात है जो ये चला रहे हैं, और उसी टाइम में ही रिग्रेटेड, हमने उसको वो कह दिया था, लेकिन तो दंगा तो अब हुआ है।
So that remains our singular question. Who is the master planner who decided to ambush a group of yatris? You want to carry out a campaign against the government, do it. But why were these yatris targeted? Rajeev Jaitley, national spokesperson of the BJP, joins us along with Bhaskar Rao, former IPS officer, Tehseen Poonawalla, political analyst, Romesh Sabhrawal, leader of the Congress. Waris Pathan will be joining us in just a bit. I want to ask you, Mr. Bhaskar Rao, because you yourself have been a former police commissioner. In a situation like this, what do you make? I want to play that video again where you can hear the shots. A lot of people are wondering, how can somebody staying in a village in Mewat, which is on the outskirts of the Delhi NCR region, manage to get such weapons, then have the tactical skill to say, oh, we will stand on the hills so that we can aim at people below? Let's listen into that video again, and you tell me, sir, your analysis of what are the weapons and who are these people by listening to it. Let's play it.
ये पहाड़ों पे बैठे भाई, फायरिंग कर रहे दबा दो। अपने बालक दो देख रहे हैं ना, वो लेडीज ले जा रहे जाते, देखो ये देखो भाई फायर।
Mr. Rao, how is this happening in a village?
Yeah. See, Nuh district is the only district of Haryana which has got a huge minority population over there. And of late you have been seeing that the kind of hatred that is being built inside even ordinary Muslims to counter each and every procession which Hindus want to carry out over there. I am saying this because lot of Muslim processions go through Hindu areas also and nothing happens over there. Why is it that if a Hindu procession passes through a so-called minority area, problem has to start over there? Using of weapon, provocation, and then you cannot go here, you cannot come there. Why is this kind of, and then it gets further provocated and there is someone who stays away from this. In fact, we should demand a thorough investigation and not treat it like a mere law and order incident over there.
Again, I want to ask you, sir, you're speaking more like a politician. You know, it's not about procession, etc. We'll come to that in a bit. I'm asking you a more specific question. How is it possible for ordinary villagers to take position and fire?
I'm a politician, and not only that, see, if it is a Muslim-dominated area over there, why is it that a Hindu procession should not go there? Why it should not go there? Why is it that all other Muslim processions can pass through Hindu areas and nothing happens over there? Only when a Hindu procession goes through a Muslim area, all this problem starts taking place over there. And if the state chooses to act, if they act, you say that you have overreacted. If they don't act, you'll say you have let the law and order collapse over there. Sometimes that is not the correct time to act over there. It is the area in which the procession has gone, it is incumbent upon those people to bring it under control. I have been a police officer myself over. and wherever law and order problem has taken place, the place where the problem has occurred, it is incumbent upon them and not allow it to escalate like this. And if the government chooses to react to ensure that huge amount of force is utilized over there, then you will saying that you are overreacting.
Okay, let us quickly get a first reaction from Tehseen Poonawalla, then I'll bring in Rajeev Jaitley. Yes, Tehseen Poonawalla and Rajeev Jaitley.
Padmaja, whenever I come to your show, and you're one of the best anchors in the country, well prepared, I honestly thought we'll have a conversation and a debate on something that was fundamental to the internal security of the country, especially because the concerned gentleman prior to me also was an intelligence officer, and he headed intelligence for the state he served in. But here are the questions that they are not ready to answer. For a minute, forget Hindu Muslims. They were Indian citizens who had AK-47s and 56. These are AK-47s, 56. Approximately in India, there are about 15 lakh, 16 lakh AK-47s, 56. But I'm telling you figures from MHA and army sources. It's not, and Amethi manufactures AK-47s, about 3,000 a year, 4,000, and that's not in production, civilians can't get it. Where do AK-47s and 56 comes to civilians? Now, one is they got the weapons, unless it's come from across the border, which can come from Pakistan or Nepal. Number two, anyone who's done firing, and Padmaja, I would fire not with AK-47, but as a teenager with pistols, there's a recoil. You can't fire an AK. There's a way you fire. These are professionally being fired at. The cops are cowering. Third, somebody who headed intelligence knows that AKs don't come into the country, even if it's come into Haryana, whichever area. It's crossed either Nepal, it's crossed Pakistan, crossed many states come in. What was the intelligence doing? What I'm trying to say, Padmaja, and what you're saying is absolutely right. This is something that has been done by the state government or by the governments in charge, because how else can such weapons come in? And if they've come in and the state governments are not involved, shouldn't the least, before the chief minister sacked, the DG police Haryana be sacked? What was his intelligence doing? What was IB doing that you had you have these weapons? I'm just slightly digressing, I'll come back. In Manipur, you have rocket launchers. What is going on in our country?
Can we just stick to the topic right now?
I'm sticking to the topic. I'm not diverting. I'm just saying, from rocket launchers to AKs to everything coming into our country, are we Syria? Are we Afghanistan? Are we Banana Republic?
Rajeev Jaitley, clearly Tehseen Poonawalla is saying that this very video, where people are firing shots, shows that the government is supplying them with arms. How are automatic weapons reaching villagers in Nuh?
And they're able to fire.
No, I think you are getting confused. This is a fake video which they are spreading. These were police people, those who were carrying AK-47. These were the police people who were carrying AK-47. They were protecting people from Maman Khan's supporters to get into the temple. These police people were fighting with the Maman Khan people. I thought that Bhupinder Singh Hooda today, while addressing press conference, will request Sonia Gandhi ji that please terminate this person, this man, who has, he is the main culprit behind this violence. So why didn't Bhupinder Singh Hooda, why didn't Ashok Gehlot ji, while addressing press conferences, said that we have nothing to do with Maman Khan, whereas they're still defending Maman Khan, who is the main culprit, probably his supporters or his worker. When Maman Khan, who is a Congress member, Legislative Assembly, has got their own supporters and workers, what would they call? They would also be Congress workers. So who were behind this violence? Only Congress party. Favorite of Sonia Gandhi ji, dear of Rahul Gandhi ji, who is working under the leadership of Bhupinder Singh Hooda ji. He is the main man who was provoking people out there.
How did the weapons reach there?
Exactly.
There is a straight question being asked of you. He is saying, Tehseen Poonawalla is saying, no ordinary person can fire an automatic weapon in this fashion. This is planned by your government.
How else they're trained, and how did they get the bullets? Chalo, aapko weapon mil gaya. 3-4 bullet milta hai.
These were police people. These were police people who reached there after 15-20 minutes.
Okay, you are talking about two different videos, Mr. Jaitley. I'm talking about this video. Let's play it again. Let's play video number 1. Let's play video number 1. You are talking about this video where the policemen can be seen. The video number 2 is where men with automatic rifles can be seen. You are saying that these are policemen in plain clothes. Rajeev Jaitley.
Yes. People were defending, people were saving their lives in the temple. They were surrounded by Maman Khan supporters. They were surrounded by Congress people supporters. Those who were, those who were pelting stones on them.
Okay,
Those who were
let's
trying
just
to
make a
get
few
into
things
that
clear. Hold on.
temple.
I think there is a lot
Those
of
who were burning
confusion.
the
Everyone
temples.
getting confused because there are so many videos. To be very clear on facts, let's play this video with a nat up while the guests can actually watch it. Let's keep them on air. Yes, play it.
ये देखो भाई फायरिंग होते हुए
One, the other one. Video number 2.
बहुत बुरा हाल है भाई चारों तरफ से पहाड़ों से फायरिंग हो रही है बहुत बुरा हाल है भाई बुरे घेर रहा थे ये अपनी टीम
Okay. So now what Mr. Jaitley, you are confirming is that these men carrying automatic weapons is the Haryana police. Because you are being accused that Bajrang Dal people were carrying these automatic weapons, Mr. Jaitley.
No, not at all. Since morning we have clarified, DGP has given press conference, has given his own statement that they were defending people inside the temple. This could also be there outside. Those who were trying to get into the temple. Maman Khan's people were trying to get into the temple. So these people, these police people, those who immediately went there to protect these people, they were, they were shooting on the air. So this was only on the defensive part. So
Okay.
nothing to do with
Waris Pathan, just one line.
I want to catch his
What
line.
happened there?
What's 1 minute? If these were police people, are you telling me that in the entire amazing
Where
state
is
of
Maman Khan?
Sir,
Why
one second,
don't
don't
you speak
interrupt
on
me. I
Maman
never
Khan?
interrupted you.
Why don't
Let
you
the
speak
viewers
on
know
Maman Khan?
and let me expose you.
Why don't your party
Sir, why are you
speak on Maman Khan?
shouting?
Why don't
Sir, why are you shouting? Sir, why are you shouting? Sir, are you telling me in Haryana the police don't have uniform? They roam around when firing is happening openly. They have not taught how to save themselves. They don't take position. They don't aim. They don't have bulletproof jacket. They don't have ID. They don't have helmet. They don't have glasses. The police are walking around holding a gun and roaming on the road.
So you are
Which kind of police SOP
you
is
are
this?
identifying
Bhaskar Rao is in your
police
team.
people.
Ask him if
By
this is
the
police
dresses,
SOP.
by uniform.
Ask him if this is police SOP.
They were protecting from your
What
workers.
nonsense are you talking on national
Police
TV?
people were protecting these.
Array, you are
religious
protecting
from
people
your
without
workers.
bulletproof
These
jacket,
innocent
without
people,
helmets,
those who were
ID,
inside. They
fatigues,
were protecting
without
from
camouflage,
Maman Khan's workers.
without glasses.
They were protecting
Unbelievable.
from
Okay,
Without
Waris,
gloves.
okay, hold on. Waris Pathan is through. We also have Mr. Bhaskar Rao. Bhaskar Rao wants to respond to this. The question of SOP is being questioned. BJP is saying that these are policemen in plain clothes who are trying to fend off the rioters. Tehseen Poonawalla is saying this is Bajrang Dal. Bhaskar Rao, can policemen be there in plain clothes with weapons?
This way.
See, police can be, to restore law and order, police can take any kind of steps over there. Allow the DGP of Haryana to investigate. Instead of, we cannot sit and on judgment saying, should you wear a helmet, should you wear a dress, should you wear this. Bringing down law, the breakdown of law and order is the primary task of Haryana police over there. Let them do it over there. We don't know who and under what circumstance have used the weapon over there. Let Haryana DG take a call on that and let the investigations be completed. There is an entire team and the additional DG law and order.
In fact, we will play out the police very
place.
specifically saying the investigation is being done into this. Waris Pathan,
We are sitting and
Waris
finding out
Pathan,
who has
Waris
fired, who has
Pathan, the
not
question
fired.
is who carried out this level of planning where people are on hills and they are taking aim at civilians and shooting. You weren't through earlier, so I want to play out for you again these very alarming pictures that have now emerged where you can hear shots ringing out. This is not a war zone. This is a city which is 100 kilometers, a village 100 kilometers away from our national capital. Who are these people opening fire? Let's play this again and Mr. Pathan will respond.
ये देखो भाई फायरिंग होते हुए ये पहाड़ों पे बैठे भाई फायरिंग करे दबा अपने बालक दो देख रहे हैं ना वो लेडीज ले जा रहे जाते देखो ये देखो भाई फायर
Respond, Mr. Pathan. Who are these people who planned?
Well, Padmaja, it's almost 170 days since Nasir and Junaid were burnt alive by the cow vigilantes. And the main accused in that case is Manu Manesar, who is shown as absconding. The Khattar government says that is the responsibility of the Govt. Govt says they are not cooperating with us, and in between them, what we see every day is Monu Manesar giving TV interviews, Monu Manesar uploading reels on the Instagram showing AK-47 rifles, and newspaper reports have said that Monu Manesar had uploaded 2 videos and one Bajrangi, Bittu Bajrangi. He had uploaded one
Mr.
video.
Pathan, is Monu Manesar sitting in the hills firing?
No.
Is Monu Manesar, let Monu Manesar be arrested, nobody holds a brief for him. My question to you is more direct, sir.
Padmaja,
who is sitting on the hills
you are
firing?
being selective.
I am not selective, I said at the outset. Haryana government has failed, the police has failed massively. Monu Manesar should be arrested, I don't care. But who is opening fire from the hills, sir? Let's answer that question for a change. Who is opening fire from the hills?
Who is opening fire? That is what I am coming to. There are videos which are there on the net and which are fact checked by fact checker, and which show that from Mandir area, people are firing, giving bad words, using all kind of abusive languages against the Muslims, and the police is very much present there. Those videos are also there. Why are you being selective? Why don't you show that video? Why don't you show the video of the 2 mosques that were burnt? Why don't you show the video of the one mosque wherein the Imam Saad was killed?
I am showing it, Imam Saad, of course. We said at the outset, 7 lives have been lost.
I condemn all kinds of violence.
Imam Saad, we said from the beginning, each life is as important, sir. Neeraj is also Neeraj Khan.
The BJP government.
Neeraj Khan was lynched by a mob.
Allow me, the BJP. See, whoever is, we have lost our 6 Indian nationals.
7.
Those people belong to my country. I condemn all kind of violence. But whose responsibility was it? The BJP has totally failed. The police has totally failed. The intelligence
Fine, they have failed. But who are these people opening fire from the hills?
Even now only. Who are those people who are giving such kind of slogans every day, standing outside the police station in Nagloi and saying that Musalmano ka narsanhar kar do? The police is not.
जो भी नांगलोई के बाहर स्लोगन्स दे रहे हैं, they also should be arrested for hate speech. But नांगलोई का नूह से क्या लेना देना है, सर? नांगलोई के बाहर कोई भी स्लोगन दे, उसको आप जेल में डालिए. But नांगलोई से नूह का क्या लेना देना है? नूह में तो किसी ने गोली चलाई.
ये सबका 2024 के चुनाव से लेना देना है. ये सबका 2024 के चुनाव से लेना देना है.
Okay.
Because the BJP does not want this to stop. It is their main agenda. Gai, Ganga, Danga, Mandir, and now what we are seeing is violence.
It is strange, sir, that Monu Manesar's video you say is behind the violence, but the people who are actually opening fire, the people who, according to this FIR, let me quote, मालम पॉलिटेक्निक कॉलेज पर हम तैनात थे, अचानक 700 से 800 दंगाई हमारे तरफ आए, हमें जान से मारने की नियत से घेर लिया और हमारे ऊपर पथराव और फायर शुरू कर दिया. हमारे सारे शीशे तोड़ दिए गए. एक पत्थर मेरे दाहिने कंधे पर लगा, मेरे सिर में लगा. बहुत मुश्किल से मैंने जान बचाई, मेरी गाड़ी को आग लगा दी. ये मोनू मानेसर तो नहीं किया ना, ना नांगलोई के लोगों ने किया.
said that certain people have been taken as hostages in the mandir, but the priest of the mandir, Deepak Sharma, comes out in the open and said that no such kind of thing had happened.
That is not true. That is false, sir. This is a false spin that is being given. That is a false spin which is being given. The place of worship. There were people who took refuge inside. We have that priest speaking to us. People can take convenient spins and say, अरे priest ने कुछ बोला नहीं. वो भोला आदमी है, गांव वाला, उसको लोग 4 चीजें बुलवाते हैं, अपना spin देकर के चला देते हैं.
What we learned is from the media.
I will play for you, sir. No problem. I am happy to disabuse. I am happy to disabuse this myth. I am happy to disabuse this myth. Happy to disabuse this myth. I will play out that priest for you. Please respond, Rajeev Jaitley. Respond, Rajeev Jaitley. There are people, and respond to a specific charge. Don't go into Maman Khan. The specific charge is by Waris Pathan that there are people seen within the temple who are members of Bajrang Dal. Let me actually play for you another video of where a man in saffron. Mr. Pathan, I am playing a video so that your question can be asked. There is a man in a saffron t-shirt or a saffron safa who is holding a rifle with a scope. Rajeev Jaitley. क्या ये भी मुफ्ती में पुलिस वाला है? Who is this man?
I am playing video.
Who is this man? Rajeev Jaitley.
दिखाओ ये video.
नहीं पहले तो I just want to quote the statement. I just want to quote the statement of Rajasthan Police, the Superintendent of Police of Alwar. Today he has given statement saying, I do not have any evidence against this Monu Manesar. He said, I don't have any evidence, so I don't want to quote anything on that. This is what he has given. So what Ashok Gehlot speaks, he is speaking different on that.
Then?
So the second thing, whomsoever was there, I'm just, अरे भाई आप ही की तो कांग्रेस पार्टी आपकी जो सेम विचारधारा वाली पार्टी है उसी के तो गवर्नमेंट के एक पुलिस बोल एसपी बोल रहे हैं इस बात को उन्होंने ही तो बोली है बात खैर मैं उसमें आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू डिफेंड मोनू मानेसर लाइक यू आर डिफेंडिंग मामन खान. So Padma ji, you cannot ask me to speak.
I am not
stop speaking on Maman Khan. I think we need to.
It is total failure of the.
We need to bring all those people. We have detained almost close to 200 people. So they will give more evidences on that. What is the kind of involvement Congress is having on this? What is the kind of involvement of these people?
Yes, go on. Finish your point, Rajeev Jaitley.
What is the
Who are these people with a saffron safa and a gun? Answer the question. Note cross-talk, please. Yes.
Maybe they may be having some license with them. I don't know. I can't comment on that. But who were killed? These all were people. Innocent people were killed. More than 200 vehicles were burnt. More than 200 vehicles. Who was behind this? Why don't you speak on that? Why didn't you start your debate from Maman Khan, who is the main culprit behind this violence? Why don't we speak on that?
Sir,
why didn't Tehseen spoke?
Because there is no point speaking on people who you already, being in government, have identified. Please go ahead and arrest that person. Why are we having a debate? The question right now is there is nothing to debate in this. If you as the government are so sure Maman Khan singularly is responsible, arrest him. If you are singularly sure that, Monu Manesar is responsible, arrest him also. But also identify all these people who are carrying guns. Do you assure Rajeev Jaitley that this man in a saffron safa holding a rifle will also face action from you?
And you don't get licenses for snipers. What nonsense.
How can I give my statement on that, whatever you're showing on TV channel? I am just watching this video on my mobile only because I don't have TV channel too. But I am just watching your video on my mobile. Somebody is carrying. I don't know whether it was armed license. It was whether he was carrying with his own arm. So I don't want to comment on that. But the main focus on the debate should be that why Maman Khan is still a leader of Congress party. Why is he a favorite of Rahul Gandhi?
No, sir.
Why he's not
the focus of the debate should be and is that every single person who carried an illegal arm, who is responsible for 7 deaths in Nuh Mewat Gurgaon area, should be identified and acted against. Mr. Jaitley, you should do it against this man. And again, I ask you, Waris Pathan, would you also agree that every single person who is firing from the hills should be tracked down, picked up and put in jail?
We are not defending anyone. We have already detained. And
every single person who made hate speech, every single person who's carrying a gun or who's doing firing, killing people must be booked immediately. Strict case action should be taken against those people, as well as the police and the authorities who failed to stop this, who failed to stop the violence which has erupted in Nuh, Haryana. They must also be taken to task. Through your channel, I am requesting the people not to take law into their hands and maintain peace. I am the person who condone violence every day. I condemn violence. But here there are BJP people who don't want to condemn. They want 2 wrongs to be 1 right. It cannot happen, sir. Without the complicity of the state, do you feel, Padmaja, that such kind of incidents could happen?
Sir, by all means attack the state, but I still request you, Mr. Romesh Sabhrawal, that please reserve an iota of the outrage and condemnation for people, miscreants, they're not even miscreants, they're criminals and rioters who are opening fire at unarmed civilians. These were yatris. They are sitting and minding their own business when they were attacked. And for anyone who is saying, oh, provocation tha, Monu Manesar tha, FIR upon FIR says, अचानक हमारे ऊपर पथराव और जान से मारने की नियत से गोलियां चलानी शुरू की गई, हमारी गाड़ी के ऊपर पत्थर फेंके गए. Leave everything else aside. 2 home guards were beaten to death. That is how poor Neeraj and Gursevak died. They were on law and order duty. They were lynched by this mad mob. these people should also be equally condemned, identified and jailed, Mr. Sabhrawal?
No, ma'am, it's a very serious matter, what has happened in Nuh. We are in the month of August, when India got the independence. We are only 10 days or 12 days before that. We saw the riots in 1947. After that, we are watching this. It's very unfortunate. They're all anti-social elements. They're all rioters. They must be arrested immediately. The government should hold a Supreme Court judge inquiry or a High Court judge inquiry. Why the intelligence was failure? No politics on this. No BJP, no Congress. Please, for God's sake. We the Congress party had always given up blood. Mahatma Gandhi gave up blood for these riots. Indira ji gave up blood to stop these riots. Rajeev ji gave up blood. Please, by God's sake, don't involve the party lies. If any worker or any party is involved, put him into the bar, put him into the jail. They deserve that. They're anti-national people. They're rioters. They can't make India a Syria. We can't allow this. So there should be an inquiry. It's a interest in the cyber city of the country. G20 was held on cyber security 1 month back, and these are the things going on in the cyber city where Google's office is there, where Apple office is there, internet is closed. It's very unfortunate. I appeal to all of you with your channel that we must not politicalize these issues. मोहब्बत की दुकान इसीलिए राहुल जी बोलते हैं खोलने के लिए. ये जो डिवाइडेड होता जा रहा है, इंडिया को कंप्लेक्सिटी है इंडिया के अंदर. हमारे कंट्री में कई रिलीजन है. वी हैव टू टेक एवरीबॉडी टुगेदर.
राजीव जेटली क्विकली रिस्पॉन्डिंग. सर, मोहब्बत की दुकान आप फिर से पॉलिटिक्स ले आए इसमें.
1 मिनट 30 सेकंड मोहम्मद खान पे बोलिए ना. हाँ,
वो तो बोल रहे
करो
ना. अरे आप सरकार में हो, आप यू आर इन गवर्नमेंट. नॉरिस पद्मजा, मिस्टर सबरवाल, नॉरिस तहसीन गवर्नमेंट. यू आर इन गवर्नमेंट. गॉड डैम इट.
मोहब्बत की दुकान तो आपको नजर आ गई.
Has anyone told you not to act? If you have proof, act. If you cannot act, leave the chair. Don't come here and preach morality. You have failed. Who is accountable? 7 people lost their lives in cyber city. You have G20 happening in this country. AK-47 is roaming around in the city. What are you talking?
In the hands
Khan
of who?
did it, anyone did it, please put them in jail.
In the hands of who? Who are these people? At the end of this whole thing, we still don't have the answer, Tehseen Poonawalla.
Because they failed.
Who are these people who have automatic weapons and are firing?
Either the state intelligence can answer or the union intelligence can answer. But somebody has to answer.
But
It's
don't you
not come
find
from
it
India.
strange that everyone was absolutely convinced and had declared Monu Manesar as the instigator, planner, culprit number 1 for the entire violence. But today when a simple question is asked that there are people who are villagers, who eyewitnesses are saying were locals, they are taking positions on the hills, everyone is like, oh, let's wait for an investigation.
No. Arrest them. But these weapons have to be supplied with government connivance. How else will an ordinary citizen in Gurugram get an AK-47 or 56?
Because
Is it
that's
possible?
how criminals function.
How?
Criminals
And it
get
can come from
weapons.
Pakistan. Now, who controls the border?
Weapons.
Who controls the border? Who controls the border? Is it manufactured in India? चलो बंदूक मिल गई, गोली कहां से आई? चलो वो भी आ गई, फायरिंग कहां से सीखे? अरे use some intelligence, Baba Rajiv bhai, tell us how did it happen? What is your direct intelligence doing?
कहां से आया? मामन कहां से आया? पेट्रोल कहां से आया? मामन कहां से आया?
You are comparing this
ये
to...
लोग कहां से आए जिन्होंने बम फेंके? ये लोग कहां से आए जिन्होंने कार चलाई? ये सब they all were from Congress party. हरियाणा कांग्रेस पार्टी. They all belongs to
अरे भाई
Haryana
आप फिर पार्टी पॉलिटिक्स.
So arrest them, Baba. Even if they are from any party, arrest them. Okay, let's assume they are from Congress. Let's assume. Arrest them. Why you not arrested them?
आपका एमएलए मेंबर लेजिस्लेटिव
अरेस्ट करो ना.
Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Leave it at that. We've again said that let's set the politics right for a second. Anyone who was the planner, instigator, by all means should be picked up and jailed. But the mastermind is the one who needs to be identified at this point. And they are the ones who should be behind bars, because you cannot have another Nuh-like episode in our country. Let's hope that happens. Thanks very much, all gentlemen, for joining me.